Hi everyone, this is Sunny Kumar from Mathematics and Computing Part 2 from IIT BHU, and I am back again with another problem of daily Leet Code Explore questions. Then today the day is 2nd February and the problem name is trim a binary search tree. So basically in this question we have been given the root of a binary search tree and a range that is varying from low and high both inclusive, and we have to return the root of a trimmed binary search tree. So what is the trimmed binary search tree here? So basically we have to take care that after we are going to return the new binary search tree such that each node's value is going to lie between the given range, that is low and high. Suppose in this example, this is our given binary search tree. We have to return the new binary search tree such that every node value is going to lie between low and high both inclusive. Suppose here you can see 0, 1, 2, and here 0 is not lying in this range, so we have to remove this node 0. So our new binary search tree would be a node would be consisting of two nodes, that is 1 and 2. So we have to return here 1, which is the root of a binary search tree. So how we are going to do this, how we are going to approach this question? So let us understand this question mathematically. Suppose this is a binary search tree, as this is also a binary search tree. As you can see, for a given node, suppose we can fix here 2, each child nodes, that is 1 and 4 node carrying 1 value and 4 value. As you can see, 4 is the right child node of 2, so it is also in value, the value of 4, which is 4, is greater than 2. Also the value of 1 is less than 2. So the each node is satisfying the criteria of a binary search tree such that the value of right child node is greater than its parent node, and value of its left child node or is less than its parent node. Now how we are going to approach this question? So basically this question has three main parts. Suppose we have encountered a node 4, let's say we have encountered a node 4 with value 4 here, and suppose the value 4 is greater than the upper bound of the given range. Let's assume upper bound of the given range as 3. So here 4 is greater than 3. So this node is satisfying the criteria of binary search tree. Then it is obvious that to move to the right child node of this 4 is waste. We are not going to move to the right child node of the 4 because 4 is already greater than the upper bound range, upper bound limit of the given range, and if we move to the right child node of the 4, the value of the right child node of the 4 is going to increase. So the right child node of 4 is not going to lie in the given range, so it is actually waste to move to the right child node of 4. So what we are going to do in this case, in general, let me say, if whenever we encounter the node value greater than the upper bound of the range, we are going to traverse to the nodes left. That is, we are going to move to nodes left, nodes value, that is here you can see 4. Then we are going to move to 3 and check if this is going to lie in the given range or not. Similarly, we can say, suppose here we have 1. Suppose the 1 is less than 1 is strictly less than the lower limit of the range. Let's say our lower limit is 2 and 1 is less than 2. So it is a waste to move to nodes left. That is, we are not going to move to one's left, we are going to move to one's right, because whenever we move to one's left in a binary search tree, value of one's left node is obvious that it is going to be smaller than one's value 1. So we are not going to move to left of the, that is left child of the node 1. We are going to move to the right child of node 1. So in general, let me say, whenever we encounter the node having value strictly less than the lower limit of the range, we are going to move to nodes right, and whenever we encounter the node having value strictly more than the upper bound of the range, we are going to move to nodes left. And suppose there is one more case. I have discussed the two case, and I'm going to discuss my third case, that is whenever we encounter a node. Suppose I have encountered 2 which is already in the given range, then there are two possibilities: either we are going to move to nodes left or we are going to move to nodes right. So I am going to make a new node here, that is I am going to um, allocate a memory to make a new node whose value is assigned as the value same as the current node's value, and I am going to traverse both to the nodes left and to the nodes right, because we don't know whether the nodes we don't know that our nodes left is going to cross the limit or our nodes right is going to cross the limit, because we are currently in the given range. So the two possible cases would be traverse to the nodes left and traverse to the nodes right. So I have discussed the three cases. So let us understand this question somewhat more clear. Suppose how we are going to iterate this here. Suppose here you can see our lower bound, that is 1 and upper bound is 3. So where I am going to traverse my current tree, that is given tree, and our lower bound is 1 and upper bound is 3. So how the recursion is going to happen? Suppose I am encountered 3 here, so 3 is already in the range. So what I am going to do is I am going to check for both left child of the node and right child of the node. So I am going to check first for left child of node, left child of the node, that is 0. So I have encountered 0 which is actually less than the lower bound of the limit. So it is a waste to go to left child of 0. So I am going to move to right child of 0. And note that I am not making a new node here for value equal to 0, because 0 has already the value less than the lower bound, so it is not going to lie in the given range. So it is not included in our answer, it will be not included in our answer. So I'm going to zeros right and check 2 if 2 is going to lie in the given range. Yes, 2 is going to lie in the given range. So we are including 2 in our answer, so we are making a new node with value equal to 2, and we are going to traverse both to the 2's left and 2's right. So we are going to traverse to 2's left. So again we have encountered 1. So 1 is also lying in the given range. So we are going to make a new node 1 here. And again we are going to traverse to both 1's left and 1's right. Note that 1's left and 1's right is actually a null value. So I am going to return null here. So here is a new node 1 which is going to be returned as to its parent. So again 2 is already included in our answer, and I am going to check for 2's right, which is null. So it is also going to return a null. So our answers up to 2 here are 1 and 2, and again 0 is already not included in our answer. So our answers to 3's left would be 1 and 2, and now I am going to move to 3's right, and note that 3 is already included in our answer because 3 lies in the given range. So 3 lies in the given range. I am going to traverse to both 3's left and 3's right. So 3's left I have already traversed. So now I am going to move to 3's right. So when I move to 3's right, that is when I am going to encounter 4. So what I am going to observe here, that 4 is already you can see greater than the upper bound. So it is a waste to go to 4's right. So I am going to move to 4's left, and force left, as you can see here, is actually a null value, so I'm going to return null here. So this is how the traversal is going to happen. So basically we have to consider three cases. Step 1, if connect node is null, return null as it is. And step 2, if connect node's data is strictly more than the upper bound, traverse to nodes left, because as you can see the right child of any node is always in value, is always in value greater than its parent node. So if current node's data is already greater than the its parent's node data, sorry, its if current node's data is already greater than the upper bound, then it is obvious that the right child node's data must be greater than the upper bound. So it is a waste to go to right child node. So we are going to move to left child node. So if current node's data is strictly more than the upper bound, we are going to traverse current node's left. And again, if this does not happen, then we are going to check if current node's data is strictly less than the lower bound, we are going to traverse to current node's right. And if this does not happen, then it says that we have encountered a node which must be included in our answer. So if current nodes lies between lower bound and upper bound, then make a new node with current nodes data. So let me write this value must be included in our answer. Okay, so I'm going to make a new node here because this value must be included in our answer. Now the this node values already lies in the given range, so there might be some cases. There are two possible cases, so we are going to traverse to both nodes left and both nodes right. So go to current nodes left and go to current nodes right. Okay, so this is the basically the main logic behind solving this question. So let us move to the code section. So understand this example, this question much better. So whenever we encounter the root as null, so whenever we encounter the node as null value, we are going to return null as it is. Now if root value is greater than the upper bound, strictly greater, note that the term strictly greater than the upper bound, then it is waste to go to right child node of the current node. So we are going to move to left child and pass the parameters as it is. And again, if the value is strictly less than the lower bound, we are going to return, we are going to move to the roots, that is we are going to move to current nodes right, that is we are going to move to right child node of the current node. And if the current nodes data is already in the given range, then we must claim that our answer, the current nodes data must be included in our answer. So we are going to make a new node whose value is must be equal to the current nodes data, that is root val. So I'm going to make a new node whose value is assigned same as it is of current nodes data. So now there are two possible cases to traverse, either to the nodes left or to the nodes right. So I'm going to traverse to the nodes left and return. So our nodes left will be assigned as, when we move to the nodes left, the pointer is aligned to nodes left as you can see here. And again there are also possible case we can move to the right child, that is nodes right, and again we call trim bst to the root of right. And finally, in this case, we are going to return node, which is our new node whose value must be included in our answer. So the question is quite a bit tricky type. So if you have any doubts, please do not forget to mention in the comment section of the video. And I will ask the viewers to like this video, share this video, and join my Telegram channel for latest updates. Thank you for watching this video.